Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Wednesday, April 22nd. Today we're going to be doing lesson 17, but we're going to start with our vocabulary sentence. So make sure your textbook's open to page 352, 352. Go ahead and press pause at this time if you need to get to this page and press play when you're ready. Okay, so here's the new vocabulary sentence. She actually repeated that careless mistake. Everybody, say that sentence. Get ready. Awesome. Everybody, what word means did something again? Get ready. It, yes, repeat it, meaning you did something again. What word means the opposite of careful? Get ready. Careless. Yes, careless means you did the opposite of being careful. And what word means really? Get ready. Actually means really. Okay, very good. So that was just a quick review of our new vocabulary sentence. Let's go back and start our lesson. It should be on lesson 17. And today there's no information passage, so it should be a little bit shorter. And we're going to start. Make sure that you're sitting tall, you're tracking, and you're saying the vocabulary words out loud with me, okay? This is very important, boys and girls. We need to practice because remember, this is like the format of the second grade program, but they're bigger words because they're third grade, okay? So always make sure to practice, practice, practice. Fingers on column one. Word one is surface. What word? Get ready. Yes, surface. Spell surface. Get ready. Awesome. The surface of the water is the top of the water. Okay. Word two. What word? Get ready. Yes, current. Spell current. Get ready. A water current is a stream of water that moves in the same direction. Everybody, what do we call wind that moves in the same direction? Get ready. A wind current. So current is something that moves in the same direction, okay? It's flowing in the same direction. Word three. What word? Careless. Spell careless. Get ready. Word four. What word? Schoolyard. Spell schoolyard. Get ready. Awesome. Word five. What word? Punishment. Spell punishment. Get ready. Awesome. Let's review those words again, starting with word one. Get ready. Surface. Word two. Get ready. Current. Word three. Get ready. Careless. Word four. Get ready. Schoolyard. Word five. Get ready. Punishment. Awesome. Let's go on to column two. Ready? Fingers on column two. Fingers on word one. We're going to read them the fast way. Are you ready? Looking at your book. Word one. What word? Creep. Word two. What word? Glanced. Word three. What word? Shrank. Word four. What word? Numb. Word five. What word? Groans. Word six. What word? grinding. Awesome job, boys and girls. So that was it for vocabulary part for section A. Now we're going to find part B in our textbook. This is already the story today. So the error limit is 14 errors. Make sure you pause the video at this time and you read the story on your own. And when you're ready for me to read the story back to you and ask you some questions, press play. Okay, at this time you should have already read the story on your own. Now I'm going to read it. All you're doing is tracking, listening, and answering when I ask you questions. Ready? Okay, so we're going to start with the title. Let's read the title. Get ready. The ice flow. Awesome. I'm going to start reading. Ice floes melt in the spring. During the winter, parts of the ocean are covered with very thick ice. In some places, the ice is 3 meters thick. During the winter, you can walk far out on the frozen ocean. Then the spring comes and ice starts to melt. When it melts, chunks of ice break off and float into the ocean. Some of these chunks are as big as a schoolyard. Some are no bigger than a table. Everybody, how thick does the ice floe get in some places during the winter? Get ready. 3 meters thick. Why can you walk far out on the ocean in the winter? Get ready. Yeah, because it's frozen, right? So you can walk and the water is frozen. How big are the very big chunks of ice that break off? Get ready. Yeah, as big as a schoolyard. Imagine that. Imagine your blue playground at school as a big chunk of ice. Big, right? Okay, and the next part is going to tell us about sounds. Imagine those sounds when we read about them. So imagine when an ice floe begins to break up in the spring, you can hear it. At night, as you lay in your summer home, you can hear many sounds. You can hear the sound of wolves and sometimes bears growling. You can hear a million buzzes from a million bugs that circle above you. You can hear the occasional bark of the seals, and you can hear the ice flow. It moans and groans, it creaks and it cracks. Sometimes it squeaks and squeals. It's a sound that you'll never forget and that you learn to love. So, make some of the sounds that the ice floe makes when it melts. Go. Yeah, there should have been a lot of creaking, cracking, squealing, right? Let's continue reading. Remember, you're tracking. Ice floes also make noise in the winter. The ice floes creak and groan when the air is so cold that sweat freezes to your face. The air is so cold that a deep breath hurts and makes you cough. So have you ever been in that kind of cold air? Get ready. Well, Miss Gomez hasn't, but it must hurt. Sounds like it hurts. So, everybody, is the spring the only time the ice floe makes noise? Get ready. No, right? Let's continue reading. So now we're here. In the winter, the ice floes creak and groan because great sheets of ice are crowding together and there is not enough room for them. So the ice floes buckle. Sometimes we're coming up here. Chunks of ice break off and are pushed over the other chunks. The chunks make noise when they move around, but the sound that the ice chunks make in the spring is different. Now the chunks are melting and sliding back into the water. Why do the ice chunks make noise in the spring? Get ready. Yeah, right, because they're melting. Everybody, is that the same reason they make noise in the winter? Get ready? No, right? Why do they make noise in the winter? Get ready? Yeah, because there's not enough room for them. They're feeling crowded, so they're like bumping against each other. Continue reading. To Umu, the chunks sounded happy in the spring. They seemed to say, I'm free to float into the ocean. Umu loved to play on the ice chunks in the spring, but she knew that she had to be careful and follow the rule. The rule was that she could never go out to the chunks near the end of the ice floe. That was where the killer whales were. So, which chunks was she supposed to stay away from? Get ready. Yeah, the chunks near the end of the ice floe, right? During the spring, there was always a small pack of whales waiting in the water just beyond the end of the ice floe. Where were the killer whales? Get ready. Yeah, they were near the end of the ice floe, right? That was their spot. And continuing. Here's why it was very dangerous to be on the ice chunks near the end of the ice floe. If the ice chunk that you were standing on drifted out into the ocean, you could not get back. Someone would have to save you, but you would be very far from shore, maybe more than a mile. Maybe the people from your village would not hear your calls for help. If they didn't, the chunk of ice would float farther and farther into the ocean. Then it would melt. It would get smaller and smaller as it shrank. The killer whales would move closer and closer to the ice chunk. But even if the killer whales didn't attack you, you would die within minutes after you went into the water. The water is so cold that it would take only a few minutes for your arms and legs to become so numb that you could not move. So, what could happen to an ice chunk near the end of the ice floe? Get ready. Yeah, it could drift out into the ocean. How could you get back to shore if that happened? Get ready. Yeah, someone would have to save you. And if nobody saved you, what two things might happen? Get ready. Yeah, well, I mean, you might either freeze in the ocean or the killer whales might get you, right? Scary. Let's continue reading. So, Umu's punishment was over. What was she being punished for? Do you remember? Get ready. Yeah, playing with us, the polar bear. What did she have to do while she was being punished? Get ready. Yeah, she had to stay near her summer house for 2 days. Now that her punishment was over, what do you think she'll do? Get ready. Well, let's read on. She had just finished lunch. She could see her breath as she ran along the pebbled beach. She listened to the grinding sounds of the pebbles under her feet. Here's a good one, Ulak shouted. He was on the ice floe, pointing to a chunk of ice that was right in front of him. What was he talking about? Get ready. Yeah, an ice chunk. And what time of day was it? Get ready. Just after lunchtime, remember what it said. So how do you know it was cool outside? Get ready. Because you could see her breath. It's like when it gets cold in here and you guys blow out your breath and you can see the smoke coming out of your mouth. Well, that's what Umu could see. So that's how you know it was cold. Okay, I'm going to continue reading. Ready? So, let me just. Okay, so right here, fingers on the. Ready? The chunk was a perfect size. It was about 5 meters across. Umu ran over to her brother. Then they jumped into the ice chunk. The ice chunk rocked a little bit when they landed on it. Everybody, about how big was the ice chunk? Get ready. 5 meters across, right? What did Umu and Ulog do? Get ready. Yeah, jump into the ice chunk. So let's continue reading. The ice floe was shaped like a giant letter C. The ice chunk that Umu and Ulog were on was near the bottom end of the sea. Ulog pointed across the water to a place near the top of the sea. He said, "The ice chunk will drift over there. Then we can walk back." So, if you turn the page, you can see the picture here. And as you can see, the ice chunk is shaped like the letter C right here. And it shows you where Umu and Ulok are at, right here, right? And he said that he wanted to, he pointed over here across the water to a place near the top of the sea, and he said, "The ice chunk will drift over there, then we can walk back." So he thought it would drift this way or this way to the top, and then they can walk back to their tent. Hmm. So let's continue reading. For a moment, oh, let me. For a moment, Umu was going to say, "That's a pretty long way to drift." Then she turned around and faced the wind. It was blowing from the east. If it kept on blowing, it would move the ice chunk to the place Ulog pointed to. She glanced at the killer whales just beyond the end of the ice floe. Then she said, "Okay, let's go." The ice chunk had already drifted a few meters. So, what made Umu think it would be safe to drift on the ice chunk? Get ready? Yeah, the way the wind was blowing, right? Said the it was blowing from the east. So we do this is north, south, east, west. So that means it was blowing from over here. So everybody, which direction was the wind coming from? Get ready. East. So in which direction would it push the ice chunk? Get ready. West. That would be safe. What does she look at in the ocean though? Get ready. The killer whales. And what does she decide to do? Get ready. Drift on the ice chunk. So everybody start at the top of the giant sea. Let's focus on our picture. Start at the top and touch the part of the sea they're supposed to drift to. Here, where the dotted line is pointing to. So which is the top or bottom part. Get ready? Top. So next time, we're going to see if that's what they drifted off. I don't know, right? We'll find out in tomorrow's lesson. So for now, we're done with lesson 17. You're going to do your textbook, number your paper from 1 through 17, do the questions from your textbook, do your workbook. For 17, I want to see quality work and that you're writing your heading on your paper. Because I see some papers with no headings, so make sure that you're writing your heading. You answer the questions for your workbook, also front and the back. And we'll see each other on Thursday. Bye.